From Paris to Cerbère at the Spanish border. That's what we want to do today, and we're taking you along with us. This is the scene. And tomorrow morning, we'll see the Mediterranean Sea, so just come along. On the way to the train station, there's a little salsa party happening. The Gare de Paris Austerlitz is currently a construction site, but all the night trains heading south depart from here. So we're going there now to pick up our luggage, and I'll show you a bit more of what's here. Definitely. Oh, beautiful station, a beautiful building, but they're currently renovating everything there. I'm already, look over there. Let's see if I can show it to you. The French flag on the crane, look over there. A bit of patriotism. And now we're going into the station. It already says there, 2025, very warm. Platform 15 together on the train to Nice. That's where it starts. And you can see there are all sorts of containers and barriers here. It's a construction site, and we'll see if we can just go in there. And I can at least show you the station hall briefly. That's where you go to pick up luggage. We'll head there shortly. But first, a quick look at the station hall. We have a view where you can't recognize the people. Look, this is the station hall. So everything is a construction site. Over here, everything is still being built, but come along quickly. It's really beautiful. The old station. Here's the way to the RER. And there is the old station building. There's already track 15, but we'll quickly grab the luggage. Here you can buy drinks in the evening, get something to eat, buy batteries. And it's almost the only shop open here in the evening. That's where we go straight to the train and back there. We need to pick up the luggage now. It's indeed also a bit quieter here. Here's where I last departed for Toulouse, but there's nothing there right now. And there are the restrooms. By the way, here is such a nice area that they have set up very well. It looks relatively cozy. Now we're going in there to pick up the luggage. By the way, such a luggage compartment is quite large. And earlier, we managed to fit these two big suitcases in for €9.50. Everything looks really cool and tidy here. One to Nice, one to Cerbère, 2025, track 15. Look, there's quite a lot of activity at the track here. And now we're going over there, and I just looked up the car. I've already forgotten it again. In any case, from Paris to the Spanish border by night train, we'll show you that now. White B, car 19, and that's a bit of a walk. By the way, you'll be checked here right away. You can't get on otherwise. On the platform. Good evening. 234321. Good evening. Here, much more. Chip. Okay, step down. Here are the seating cars to Nice, and we have to go quite a bit forward to car 19. This is only car 6. There are people right now. These are the first-class sleeper cars. There's even a video about it that we made from Paris to Toulouse. You can find it on the channel. We'll link it for you, I think. Thank you very much. Niceville. By the way, in 2 weeks we will be testing the sleeper car from Nice to Paris for you. Just as an announcement. And theoretically, we have booked a private compartment. That means there should be no one else in it. Let's see if everything works out as we imagine. And the trains are quite well booked. I also want to tell you, there weren't that many free seats on the trains when I booked them. Car 17 to Cerbère, and car 19, we're really quite far up front.
And the train leaves in 5 minutes. We have booked a second-class compartment just for ourselves. It's called private, and there are 6 beds inside. But it's still prepared. 6 people could also sleep there. There is a fresh pillow, there is a blanket, there is water. Hello, first of all. Then there's a small set here, whatever is inside. We will see that in a moment. By the way, it's quite cool here. Look, you can put something down there. And the whole thing is here.
It looks really brand new.
And now we're already setting off. By the way, Paris, as I said, 6 beds. But we have actually booked 2 for tonight. And the nice thing is, no one else will be joining, because the train now goes straight through to Nimes. I believe it arrives in Nimes at 7 in the morning. A cannon freshly washed. Then we have here, once. According to Neutral, it's already the year. We all like it in this song. A sleeping bag. That is to Berlin, Nord-Bertignon, Felair, Gold.I. Scan, Mercosur, Vanessa. Learn it is a better one. Now let's see what we have here. We have a packaged pillow. Like freshly washed, fits perfectly. 1 pillow. 1 sleeping bag. A bit like a sleeping bag, you crawl into it like this. Exactly like that. And then let's see how it goes. Exactly. Something like that. Exactly. You can crawl in here. It fits quite well. You can sleep with it.
That means you need to bring your own sleeping bag, and it feels quite valuable.
You just lie down like this and crawl in. It fits quite well. There's a set for it. Let's see what's inside here. It definitely looks valuable too. Look here. Then we have this is a disinfectant wipe. Then we have earplugs here, although I've never. Have you ever used earplugs? I never have. Then we have a cloth, towel, paper towel, and an eye mask. Look here, it's also suitable for everything else. And here we have another refreshing wipe. And there's also a bottle of water. And the difference from first class is that we have 6 beds here, whereas in first class there are only, well, 4 beds. And this is what it looks like here in the sleeper car. And the nice thing about the Intercity Nuit from Paris is that we really don't stop until tomorrow morning, I think around 7 in Nîmes. And then we stop relatively often until 9:30 when we arrive. But for now, we'll just keep going for a while. There are no further boardings.
That means as we sit here now, no one else will join us.
And with that, I'll say goodnight, and we'll also have a sip of water now. 22:15. The downside of this compartment is that you can't really work well, because the beds are extended and we didn't want to rearrange them. That's why we're going to bed today, and I would say good night, and we'll check in tomorrow morning from southern France. Lights out. 3 in the morning. We are between Lyon and Avignon in Valence, and I just went to the bathroom, but it's really very nice and quiet here. A pleasant ride, these cars, and we continue to sleep. Good morning. We were just woken up because we're about to stop in Montpellier, right? And that seems to be customary. So that means we're still traveling quite a bit further. It's now 6:30, but this is the first major stop. Montpellier, which they announced, and probably quite a few people will get off there.
We'll take a look outside when people are getting off, and then we'll see.
So this is now the Montpellier train station. And I just wanted to go to the other side of the compartment. But the entire aisle is full. That means 90% of the people will get off here. Maybe not 90, but it looks very crowded. Now it's empty here, and the aisle was just completely full of people who all got off. I almost think we're really very empty here. So a second good morning. We converted the sleeping compartment into a seating area, and now I think you can work well. We have plenty of electricity, and it's just before 7, and now work begins. Shortly after set, we see the water for the first time. I think that's an inland lake, it's not the sea, but it definitely already looks really beautiful, and the sun seems to be coming soon. Yeah, now, first of all, there's coffee.
The downside, by the way, is that we're going to get coffee now, but you have to leave the compartment unattended. It cannot be locked. espresso coffees and 2 pieces of cake. For 10 euros. Okay, that's reasonable for the train. Here, let's go eat. On our trip to Mallorca, we are currently in southern France. There is currently an improvised breakfast from the onboard bistro, or the sales point. There is no proper onboard bistro, and it's relatively gloomy outside. Look here, although I really like the building over there. And we are now in southern France. We were just in F. I don't know the name of this place right now, but soon we'll be in Narbonne, and now we're off. We just took a look at the package to see what was available here, and I didn't know what it meant. And I had it translated, and it means chewable toothpaste. Interesting, isn't it? This is now Narbonne, and a lot of people are getting off here. After this, we'll really be almost alone on the train. And here is another table P. And some regional train. It's now 7:34 a.m. We're doing a speed test in Narbonne on the train, so that means we're in the city. But let's see how good the internet is here on the train. Well, 7 is just about where you can say okay, and the upload looks the same. So I think it doesn't look bad for a train. 77, that's how it feels. Tomorrow at this time we'll already be in Mallorca, but now we're already at the Mediterranean, and look how beautiful it is here. I always have the problem that I'm not in touch anymore. Somehow I can't get enough of this landscape here. It's really beautiful. By the way, this is what first class looks like. It's a bit more spacious and has 4 beds inside. And there's a video about it on our YouTube channel. Either someone was sleeping or someone disposed of their things here, but you can definitely take bicycles, all on the French night intercities. I didn't know that either. For the sake of completeness, here again are the cars, the seating car, also nicely done with electricity, with seats. And I think they don't look uncomfortable here. And this is the seating car with the Cité Nuit to Cerbère. And look, down there is the sea now. And we're right at the Spanish border. Last meters on the train. I'll switch to wide angle. Look here, it really looks impressive, the sea, and we are almost in Cerbère. And then we'll take stock at the station. Goodbye compartment. We really made ourselves comfortable. Here we made a seat out of it. On the other side, there's still a reclining position, and it felt really pleasant. See you soon. Welcome to Cerbère. This is the final stop of this intercity nuit from Paris. We had a totally pleasant journey. The train departed at 2026, I believe, to be exact. You saw it? Then the first stop was in Nimes early this morning at 6, then Montpellier. Quite a few people got off there, then Narbonne and Perpignan. And in Cerbère, maybe 10 people got off the whole train. Fewer, as the train stops in such a way that it really stops at small villages. Different from how it is with us. You start in Paris, then don't stop anymore. And at the end, you let people off where they want. So, a slightly different system, but pleasant, clean carriages, clean toilets all night, a nice vendor who sold us espresso. There's no beer, I had brought some with me beforehand. But otherwise, the 6-person compartments are also fine. Although, with all this luggage we have here, I'm quite glad we booked it privately. That means no one else was in there with us. Otherwise, it would have been really too cramped. And the first class, you just saw it. Looks good too. And even the seating carriages would have been okay. Definitely an affordable way to travel through France. The ticket cost 150 € per person, so for both of us, exactly 78 per person. So it worked out. And now we are in this tiny little border village with 1,500 inhabitants. In the back, you might see a tunnel. Right there is Spain, just behind this tunnel. And we are right at the border. We need to see, but that will be in another video, how we continue to Barcelona. We can do that. But maybe we'll have a coffee here in the village. Then we'll show you a picture of it in the credits.